Mindset Community, Dr. Ellen here, coming to you today with your next workout. All right, the theme of this week is perspective. So I want you to keep that in mind as we move forward, and I'm going to give you some suggestions for things to help shift your perspective to a better vantage point. So today, I want you to remember that this is a process. We talked about this in week 1. There are no miracles, okay? This is a process that requires work. All right, so especially this week as we embark on a new loading process called time under tension, I want you to give yourself some grace. It's going to take some time to learn this, feel this, and find these new limitations. So don't hesitate to give yourself a pass or hit pause, play a little bit with some movements and what those feel like, and then come back to it. In addition, I want you to start playing with a little more resistance. So last week we showed some things about putting weight in a towel and holding it that way. We've also talked about a backpack and so on. Load is a wonderful way to stimulate growth. And a lot of people are very afraid of load, but you shouldn't be. That's the best way to train in the body. You can get volume very quickly without the significant amount of repetitions required if you don't necessarily have a ton of resistance. So something to consider. So if you need to hit pause right now and go grab some things that are heavy, put them in a backpack or into a towel so that you can have some resistance as we move forward in this week's workouts, go ahead and do that, okay? So today we're going to begin with what I like to call a mashup for our warm-up. So basically it means we're going to take one movement for 30 seconds, we're going to do a second one for 30 seconds, and then we're going to put them together for an additional 30 seconds. So we're going to do that a few different rounds with a few different exercises. The first one we're going to do is a squat for 30 seconds. Then we'll doing forward punches for 30 seconds, and then we're going to put them together with a squat and a forward press punch at the same time. The next round, then we'll do lunges, alternating. I like to go backwards. You can do whatever you would like. If you want to do a walking lunge, if you have the space, you're welcome to do that. And then we're going to be doing an overhead press, and then we're going to mash them together. Then after that, we're going to do a cross punch, okay, with a lateral lunge, which we'll get to, and then of course we'll mash them up. All right, so that's what I need you to grab is some weights. If you're an earlier workout or a novice workout or workout person, go ahead and grab something light, like a couple pounds. If you're a little more advanced, you can grab something more like 5 pounds. We're gonna be holding this for most of the time, so 5 to 10 pounds is probably gonna be the max. And this is a warm-up, so I don't necessarily need a ton of resistance just yet. That wouldn't be appropriate for this phase. All right, so grab what you need, get some space, and we're gonna get going, okay? So I'm gonna grab some 5-pound weights here. Okay, so I've got my 5-pounders. You guys with me? All right, we're gonna get going in 5 seconds. We're starting with just squats, okay? I like to hold mine in this position, 30 seconds. We're just starting light here. And I'll be honest, I'm still recovering from that darn hip injury, so don't feel like you have to stay with me. If you can push yourself more, do so. You notice we're not counting this week, and that's because we want you to push, okay? I want you to find your own pace, your own speed, what's right for you. Okay, after this we've got forward punches in 10 seconds. You can stay standing, you can go on one foot. This one doesn't really matter, it's your base, it's up to you. Here we go, 30 seconds. Punching forward. Here we go, 20 seconds. Ten seconds, come on guys. If you grabbed a little heavier weight, like 5 pounds like me, hopefully you're feeling this a little bit. Not terrible though. If it's too much and you're already dying, remember this is just the warm-up. Okay, now we're gonna squat, come up, punch, punch. Okay, so start here, squat, punch, punch. Okay, so squat, punch, punch, squat, punch, punch. Good, keep going for 30 seconds. Squat, punch, punch. Start to get that heart rate up. we've got lunges. You're just gonna alternate your lunges. After that, we'll do overhead press, and then we're gonna put them together. Okay. Go at your own speed. This one I have to be a little bit cautious with for the time being. So feel free. If you want to go a little faster, you go ahead and do so. And you guys know, we've already been over this. You do not have to go this deep, right? And you also can hold on to something for balance. You also don't have to hold on to any weights if you don't want to. Do what is right for you. Pressing overhead. 5, 2, 1, here we go. Nothing major. Just as a little cue, since you guys don't know what's coming today, you're gonna need this. So don't fatigue out terribly on this overhead press right now. This is just to warm up our bodies. Good, put them together. You're gonna step back into a lunge. On the way up, you're going to press overhead, press, okay? So you'll press with the one that's stepping forward and backward. So my right leg goes back and forward. Oops, I didn't switch. You can see I'm actually pressing overhead with the leg that is doing the stepping. Doing a great job. Good. Now we have our cross punch and our lateral lunge, okay? So we're lunging first to the side. Make sure you sit your hips back. This one's really hard to keep the knee from translating forward. Okay, do the best you can. Again, don't necessarily go with me on this one. And if you can, keep the weights where they were. This is just for me to do my hip thing. But if you can, stay where you are. Good, now we're gonna cross punch. What this will look like is like so. Get a little bit of hip twist with it, a little bit of weight shift, okay? Here we go. Punching across. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Very good. We're going to put them together. Okay, so you're going to lunge in one direction, use your other hand to cross. So if I lunge left, I cross right. So lunge left, cross right. Lunge right, cross left. Okay, you're doing great. Good, very good, everybody. All right, take a little breath. Meet me on the floor. We're gonna grab that rolled towel that you saw was on the list of things that we needed today. So grab your towel, fold it in half, like so. Make that nice log looking piece, and you're gonna lay right on that. Okay? Kind of feel like your spine is being pushed forward. That's a good thing. You may want it a little bit longer than what I showed mine, just to make sure it goes the length of your spine. Okay? But you're going to get in this position and start with those arms straight up to the ceiling. We're going to go through this a little bit quickly because number one, we've done it before. Number two, we want to keep our temperature going. So shoulders down to squeeze around by bringing your shoulder blades towards the rolled towel and come up. We're gonna do that 10, 9, keep your chin in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both arms overhead for 5, 4, keep your chin in, 3, 2, and 1. Now alternate like a backstroke. 1, 2, going to 5, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Snow angels. Coming out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Now drop your elbows, but leave your forearms pointed upwards towards your head. And if you can, get your hands and your back of your forearms flat on the ground. This is what I call the goalpost position. It's the same position that a referee in football gives when you score a point after, or a touchdown, things like that. It's in that position, but let your arms fall to the ground, if they can. Good. Now drop your arms overhead into a Y position. Again, keeping that chin down and elongating the tissue and the muscles on the back of our neck. We don't want any wrinkles back there. Very good. Now you're going to go back to straight up overhead, and again bring those shoulder blades down 10 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now if you can, I want you to put your hands behind your head. If that's a pain-free position for you. If it's not, come down to where it is. But if you can, get those hands behind your head. A nice pec stretch, shoulder stretch here. Should be minimal and no pain. Good. Now what I want you to do is bring your chin down to your chest and help your head lift with your hands. And then bring it back down. Now as you do this, I want you to try to take one vertebrae at a time. So we're going to start with your head, which then moves on C1, then moves on C2 and 3 and 4, and all the way down until we get into the thoracic spine. But I want you to try to curl up almost like you're a rag doll, okay? So try to curl the chin first, then flex each individual vertebrae until you can't go anymore. And then uncurl one vertebrae at a time. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. Curl up, curl one vertebrae at a time. And then elongate or open or extend one vertebrae at a time. Good. Okay. You should feel nice and fun up top. Nice and comfortable. Go ahead and move this out of the way. All right, now we begin our time under tension series, okay? We're gonna start with one round. We'll go through everything, but how it works is we're gonna do 1 minute of a movement incredibly slow. As slow as you possibly can. So for example, the first one we're gonna do is a lateral raise, or excuse me, a front raise. We're gonna have our thumbs pointing straight up, holding on to whatever resistance we have. And I want you to go in as slow of motion as possible, because remember, we want as much time under tension. So even if you only get one repetition in 1 minute, I don't even care. But I want you to grab a weight and hold on to that and fight that weight I mean, you can tell I am making the slowest movement possible, okay? And then from there, we're gonna follow it with 30 seconds of a power, quick, expedited movement here, and that is everything in between is gonna be a push press. Boom, boom, boom. It's gonna be fast, okay? Power, 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 power. And then the next minute, we're gonna do a lateral raise. In external rotations, that means our palms are forward, and we're gonna slowly raise for a minute, and we're gonna do power push press, okay? Then we're gonna do what's called the rear delt raise, which I'll explain when we get there. And then we're gonna finally do a row with some external rotation, okay? So grab your weights. If you've got any sort of resistance, go ahead and do so. If you're gonna do this with the towel, start putting stuff in the towel, that's fine too. You technically can put things into that towel, roll it up so it doesn't fall out and fall on your toe. You can pretty much do almost all of these with that towel. Okay, let's get rolling, all right? I'm gonna set our timers here, but just as a reminder, we're doing 1 minute, 1 minute of slow movement, followed by incredibly fast. So we're basically hitting the opposite ends of the spectrum, all right? So we're going slow to fast, to slow to fast, to slow to fast. I'll figure it out here. I'm so sorry, guys. This is not how I like to spend my time with you. I'm just gonna get rid of it. All right. We are taking our warm-up. I'm sorry, guys. It's not letting me do it. So we're just gonna reset it here. High intensity is 1 minute, and our low intensity is 30 seconds. I'm gonna add a little more time on here just for your transitions, okay? But ultimately, we don't want a ton of downtime here, okay? Are you ready? So we have 1 minute coming up. We're starting with our front raises. And again, I do apologize on that. Here we go. When the buzzer goes, start your lifts. Thumbs are up here, okay? Super slow. This should be hard. I've got 5-pounders, and this is gonna be kind of brutal. And expect to shake here. But remember, since we don't have heavy resistance at home, we need to work the muscles in creative ways to get them to work. And that way you're not just loading your joints a ton, we're working our muscles as much as we can. We want as much of the load to be on our active tissues, meaning our muscles, much less so on our passive tissues. Come on, go slow with me. I'm only on rep number 2 and we got 20 seconds left. Super slow, super slow. Keep your shoulders down and out of your ears. Super slow, super slow. Keep your shoulder blades down. We have 5 seconds. Come on, fellas and ladies and kids. Oh, push press, go right into it. 1, keep going, come on. 30 seconds of this. If you need to alternate to get a little bit of a break, that's fine. Keep yourself balanced. Elbows are pointing forward or to a 45-degree angle outward, but no further. Shoulders are down. Keep your breath, 10 seconds. After this, we have a lateral raise with our palms facing forward. Ooh, feel that burn, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, come on. Lateral raise. Shoulders stay down. No pain. No pain at all. If it hurts, bring your hands a little bit further forward or have a slight bend in the elbow to reduce the lever arm. Super slow, super slow. Good, come on, come with me again. 1 more rep, come on. 30 seconds, 15 seconds up, 15 seconds down. Ooh, keep the shoulders down. Keep them out of your ears. 20 seconds left, come on. I'm gonna make it last. You guys can too, come on. 10 seconds. Slow as molasses. Well, I'm starting to sweat now. Woohoo! Okay, After this, we've got a rear delt raise. And we're gonna pause the clock so I can show you that. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, push press. Push press, go. 30 seconds. Oh yeah. Anybody else, your shoulders burning? Mine, raise my hand. Watch your back. Don't be leaning back in order to get these up, because to do that, that drives your, not only lets you use your pecs to lift, but that's not right. Keep your ribs down. I know it burns, do what you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Oh, okay, take a break. I want to show you that rear delt lift. Okay, so the rear deltoid is located back here in the shoulder. You need to be in shoulder extension for this. For a few of you I've already talked to, I don't want the hand going past the plane of the body in order to dip that shoulder forward, so really watch that for some of you here. When you come out like so, you're going to be in a hip hinge, palms are facing forward, and I really want you to squeeze that part of the back of the shoulder as you lift. But it doesn't have to go a terrible amount higher than the body. If you can, even throw in a little bit of scapular retraction, which is squeezing the shoulder blades together, that would be even better. So again, we're coming up to the plane of the body, a little bit of a squeeze of the shoulder blades. That does not mean the arm squeezing the body, it means the shoulder blades squeezing together towards the spine. So now, in slow-mo, you're gonna come back here, you're gonna really squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then keep them squeezed as you slowly begin to lower. Notice the angle of my forearm. My thumb is pointing outward, okay? So we're gonna be doing that one next. After that, after we have our push press, and then what we're gonna do is a row with a little bit of an external rotation. So we're gonna row it and fan the hand outward, okay? So that will be the final exercise in this round. Okay, so those are the 2 new ones. We have push presses after each of them. Here we go, hitting it right now. Hip hinge, that's the foundational movement we've been practicing on. Get that arm back to the plane of the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathe and slowly lower that back down. Keep that load on the whole time. Keep that breath. Keep those shoulders still down. Doing great, everybody. Here we go. One more repetition, 15 seconds. Squeeze that shoulder blade. Imagine and visualize that posterior delt connecting the back of your shoulder to the outside edge of your shoulder blade. Good. Push press. Go right into it. Here we go. Woo, woo, woo. You guys are doing great. 25 seconds. After this, we're going to do our row with our external rotation angling. After this, we have a row and our external rotation plus a push press, and then we get a big break. Okay, so hang with me. I know it's hard. I know you're burning. I get it. Oh, come on. Row, external rotation. Just super slow, okay? You can make the row portion a little bit quicker. If you just want to stay in the row and make your slow motion in the external rotation piece, that would be the most difficult. So that's where I'm going to stay. But if you need the break, you take it. Remember, shoulders out of your neck. "15 seconds. Super slow, super slow. Keep tension on that muscle the whole time. Slow and controlled. Burn, baby. Good. Right into push press. here we go. Oh, my arms are like lead. Whew. Remember, don't lean back and push that belly out. That's not good for the spine, it's not good for your core. All that does is get your pecs in line to do the press. This is not for your pecs, this is for your shoulders. 10 seconds and we get a big break. I'm not kidding. 7 seconds. Come on. Keep those ribs down. Oh, fire them up, fire them up. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, take a big break. Get some water. Let your arms be completely dead for a second, if they're not already. All right, and let's talk about this going into the next round. We're gonna do this again. Okay, now when we go into this again, see how you feel. Ideally, if you are moderately fatigued here after about this 1 to 2 minute break, you wanna try to start with the same weight you just used. You'll probably find you will struggle more. As long as you do not have pain, I'm okay with that. If it's hard, cool. If it hurts, bad, right? So listen to your body. If you need to, you can always cut this down by 25%. Don't just automatically hack it by 50% or more just because it's hard. You want to keep that time under tension, right? And so the way you create tension is not only with the position, but also with the load. So things to be aware of. This is a mathematical game, right? This is just physics and this is just math. So putting that together, we create this beautiful science experiment. So you should feel already your shoulders are starting to recover, which is good. Grab another glass of water. Maybe it's a little shaky glass, but that's okay. That's all right. For those of you who maybe haven't done shoulder strengthening before, like true strengthening, and gotten into that muscle fatigue, this is what that feels like. Okay? So grab whatever you need. If you need to change your weights, go ahead and do so. If you don't, give it your best shot. Remembering, hard is okay, hurt, not okay. All right? So start to take into consideration as well where you're feeling this. Are you feeling this a little bit more on the deltoid? Are you feeling this a little bit more on the shoulder blade? Or in that space in between here, maybe in that posterior delt we were talking about? All of those places are good, but it might indicate to you which one is more fatigued, right? Which one had a little bit more of a struggle bus. Okay? All right, we're gonna start right back up to front raises. Super slow, super slow, super slow. And remember, this is a process, not a miracle. We talked about that. So you've only had 1 round of experience with this. You're not supposed to be a pro. You're supposed to be able to assess yourself and make changes going into the next round. Okay, I have talked literally almost 2 minutes on purpose to get you that rest period. So now, get yourself set up. Grab whatever weight you need, because when I hit the timer, we're gonna go. All right? Here we go, 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Super slow. Thumbs are up, shoulders are down. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a challenge. I can feel it, right? But you're doing a wonderful job. Keep your shoulders down, keep your elbows underneath your hands. Don't let those start to wing out. We don't wanna see that. Here we go, 1 more round, I bet. 1 more repetition if you're going slow, because we got 25 seconds. Here we go. You can usually be much slower on the way down. That's easier to control than the way up. The way up, we want to go fast. 7 seconds, come on, 6 seconds. After this, we've got our push press. You're doing a great job. Oh, okay. Push pressing, here we go. I'm not going gangbusters. My goal is to keep this pace for 30 seconds. Keep your shoulders down, your back not arching, right? We don't want to lean back. We want our shoulders over our hips, ribs down. The rib down cue is one of the best things out there to get you to cue not only posture, but then also to cue your abs to fire a little bit. 3 seconds. Oh, Lateral raises, we're going right to it. Palms towards me, thumbs are up. Shoulders stay down. And remember, this should not hurt. If it hurts, move your hands forward a little bit closer to your screen. Breathe. Breathe. And breathe, right? If you feel like you have a weak range here, keep going. Play with where you put your hands, okay? And if you need to move those a little bit further forward, do so, okay? Because sometimes that's an indicator of impingement. And if you have that, you need to let me know on our coaching calls. 15 seconds, come on. You guys got this. Slow, slow, slow. 5 seconds, slow. I'm gonna hold it here because I want it. I want a little more tension. Good. Woo. Push press in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, ribs down. Tummy tight, but still breathing. Oh my goodness. Like lead. I know it's hard. Break if you need to, and then get right back into it. This is even hurting in my armpit. Not hurting. It's hard in my armpit. That's where my rotator cuff is, or part of it. And so I can really feel my rotator cuff really working to stabilize for me. Okay, now we've got that rear delt. So palms are facing forward. We're lifting back and up super slow, retracting our shoulder blades at the top. Not pulling the arm in, we are pulling the shoulder blades together. Hip hinge, so my back is straight, it's just not vertical. Super slow. My neck is long. The skin on the back of my neck doesn't have any wrinkles. I'm not looking up. You can hear me on the TV. You don't have to see me for all of this. Look up, check my form, and then go right into it. Come on, y'all. Keep those shoulders down. Come on, 10 more seconds. Pull them up, squeeze the blades. After this, we got push press. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. I built in that 5-second buffer just in case anybody needed it. I'm really glad I did. Right, ribs down. Keep breathing. Chances are your heart rate is up, right? And we're not even changing position as far as, we're not jumping up and down. This is what load does, is it taxes your system without billions of repetitions. Good. Row with external rotation. Row, pull the hands out. Oh, super slow now. Now that you see it, breathe. You're doing an amazing job. I know this is hard. We're almost there. This is that rotator cuff. This is that shoulder stabilizers. This one is so crucial. Oh, halfway there, y'all. Now, just because I said that, we're over halfway. Breathe. Shoulders down. Feel that space between your shoulder, the back of your shoulder, and your shoulder blade. Really draw your attention there. Get the burning to go there. Come on. 7 seconds. Slow, control, hold it. Keep that tension. Oh, come on, give me a push press and we're out of this. 2, 1, go. And if you need to have a little bit of legs to get yourself there, see I'm driving, I dip and drive. I dip and drive them overhead. I just use a little bit of pop for my legs, that's fine. You can do this. If you want to punch them, that's fine. Just keep it out of your neck. Come on, y'all, 7 seconds. Dip and drive, ribs down. Good. Oh, drop the weights. Get a break, I'm gonna turn off the timer. Oh, welcome to shoulder day. Holy mackerel. Very proud of you guys. Grab a little bit of water, whatever you need. We got to work on that ribs down now. So you're going to come meet me on the floor for some core work. All right, good old-fashioned core work. Center in your breath. Lower that heart rate if you need it. Let those arms die to the side if you need it. You should feel a little kind of swollen, and we call that hypertrophy. And it means the muscles are kind of just a little bit engorged right now. It's not true hypertrophy, it's kind of this false feeling. Hypertrophy is when they actually grow and get a big showing, but it's going to feel like that right now. But the more and more you do that, obviously you'll actually gain true hypertrophy. All right, so for some core, here we go. If you are comfortable, both legs go in the air, our knees are pointing outward to create that nice oval or diamond with our legs. If you are not comfortable, you can keep both feet down, but the key is as we move and add our core work in here, you don't want to change the position of your spine, meaning I don't want it to go from whatever neutral is for you right now to when if you move your legs, have it begin to arch. That would be bad. The rule number one is spine first, meaning set the spine where you want it to be. Then after you add load and movement and demand, it stays in the same position. Otherwise, you get shearing of the vertebrae. That leads to degeneration over time. So we've got both legs in the air, both arms in the air. Okay, so we are first starting with one arm overhead and one arm back in. This should be pretty easy, but it's just nice to cool the shoulders down this way. So inhale, and hand overhead. Exhale, return. We're doing 5 on each arm to cool them down. Here's 2. And exhale, return. Inhale for 3. Exhale, return. Inhale, 4. Exhale, return. Inhale for 5. Other side, inhale for 1. Exhale, return. Inhale for 2. Exhale, return. Inhale for 3. Exhale, return. Inhale, 4. Exhale, return. Inhale for 5. Exhale, return. Good. You can leave your hands where they are. If you'd like, you can also leave them overhead, either hovering or on the ground. Whatever feels right to you for now, because if your shoulders are totally toast, this will make this difficult. And that's fine for difficulty, but if they're starting to hurt, let them come overhead and relax. Okay, so reset your back just in case you haven't already. Now we're going to have our left leg drop. On inhale, exhale, return. Exhale, return. Legs only here. Inhale. Exhale, return. Here we go. 3. 4. 5. Good. Now before you do the other leg, I want you to bicycle. Just like this. Keep going. This is going to be time under tension for your abdominal muscles now. Keep that tension on. Back stays the same position. If you want to make this easier, don't go as far out. Good. Bring them into our diamond. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale, return. Doing 5. Inhale, down. Exhale, return. Here we go. Got 3. 4. Here we go. And 5. Bicycle again. Don't put those feet down just yet. All Arms up if you need to, or down, whatever you want. Keep going. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get a break. All right, so that's what time under tension feels like, right? Doing a great job. Let it break for a second. We're coming back into that same motion. Let those abs recover. Okay, here we go. We're going back to our diamond legs if you can. Okay, arms up if you can now. We're going to try to get those arms back in. They should have had time to recover. So let's get up here, okay? So now we're going to go into the traditional dead bug. It's not just arm or just leg. We're going to put them together, opposite sides though. So it would be my left leg with my right hand. They reach apart, okay? And then it'll be followed by my left hand and right leg, okay? Open, bring them together. Open and bring them together. Good, go at your own speed here. Keeping that back in the same position as it started. Don't let those strong hip flexors pull your spine out of position. They're not allowed to do that. Keep going if you can. Breathing the whole time. Do not hold your breath. If you can't breathe and talk, kind of like I am, then you're sacrificing breath for stability. They should be able to coexist. Good, keep going. One more each side. Good. Now you're going to stay here and bend and straighten your legs. Like so. Just stay here. Your thighs are probably getting a little tired. Hopefully feeling this a little bit in your tummy. Try to keep, if you can see yourself, your thighs vertical. Okay, you just don't want to do this. Bringing your knees to your chest. You want your knees to be in the same position, just your shins and feet going up and down, but your knees and thighs stay in the same position. Good, go back to traditional dead bug. Okay, you got 10 to get. 1. Actually, you do you. I'm going to count. We just need time, right? Keep going. I know it hurts. I know it's hard. Keep going, come on. Keep that time. Challenge yourself. Keep back flat. Come on. One more each side. Good, back to thighs vertical. Up and down. Come on guys, I'm timing us. Come on, keep going. Breathe. I know it's hard, breathe. Give me 15 more seconds, come on. 15 more seconds and then we're done. You got this, guys. I know it's hard, 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your feet down. Woo-hoo! Great job. Ooh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, lay there, stay there, I'll get up. I'm so proud of you. As you can tell, that was very different than what we've been working on. So hopefully you can feel a little difference in the abdomen and into the shoulders. So now we'll keep this trend going with different areas of the body throughout the week. But as you need to, if you have questions, especially since this is so different, give me a call or don't forget our coaching sessions. That's what they're here for, so we can help you along the way. Sometimes people need some correctives as well during this time, especially if you haven't been able to keep up with the exercises or with just your normal routine, or maybe you're doing something that is totally outside of your scope, and so then you're just more tired, or maybe you're just having to pick up your kids a ton more because you are now daycare and full-time parenting. So you're getting a little bit of tendinitis or whatever it might be, don't hesitate to ask. That's what we're here for, okay? So we love you more than you know. See you tomorrow.